Hi guys, welcome to the new series on the channel called Flip or Flop. Within this series I want to highlight if this side hustle is actually viable within the UK. This is due to a lot of this content type being within the US, and they have access to other sorts of things such as Java and OfferUp. However, in the UK we only have access to stuff like Facebook Marketplace and eBay. This therefore makes this challenge a lot harder and this series a lot harder within the UK. And my first goal within this series is to see if this is actually a viable side hustle within the UK. Therefore, I want this challenge to be raw and very insightful to what sorts of challenges and problems I run into along the way. My second goal for this challenge is also to learn more about PCs. This is due to me only knowing the basics, and I think this challenge would be a good way to learn more about PCs and the way they sell and work. I hope this can also be an educational journey so that other people that want to start this side hustle can also start it and feel inspired to do their own thing. I'm also going to set two primary rules within this challenge. These rules are going to be set so that it is a more realistic challenge and it can be related to by you guys. The first rule is that I can only build one PC at a time when in negative profit, as I feel this will show a more constant progression and realistic progression with people with regular budgets. This is due because I want this challenge to be relatable and realistic for everyone, and I also don't have lots of money to throw into this challenge. The second rule also coincides with this, and that is that I can only go minus 400. I think this is a realistic number as it will be enough money to get that first PC up and running and sold. So as this channel, this is the first bundle we managed to secure. It is a 1060 6GB graphics card by Gigabyte. Two DDR4 RGB Vengeance Pro RAM sticks by Corsair, which are 3200 MHz and both 8GB. And finally, a Mag B550 Gaming Plus motherboard with an AM4 socket. We managed to secure this bundle for £70. This was a very good bundle and bargain to find, as normally all these three parts together would be about £130. The list originally had these on for £100. As you can see, the 1066GB was listed for £30. The MSI B550 Gaming Plus AM4 motherboard was listed for £40. And the Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro 16GB 3200 MHz DDR4 RAM was listed for £30. When you can see the expected value of these parts used, you can see why this deal was such a bargain. This is shown with the 1066GB by Gigabyte being around £40 to £55. The MSI B550 Gaming Plus being worth about 45 to 55, and the RAM kit that we managed to secure being about 30 to 40 pounds. If you take all these minimum values, then it comes to about 115 pounds. This bundle was listed for about 100 pounds, so I offered 70 cash on the day to pick up, and he accepted. This means that on this PC build we're already guaranteed ourselves about 40 pounds in profit. My first plan with this challenge is going to be to sell that graphics card, as I want to put a more powerful one into this build, as that will increase buyers' attention more and it will make room for more profit. So here I'm just going to show you the overall condition and say what you should be looking for when picking up these parts. So this is a 1066GB which I'm planning on selling, and it's not going in the final build. Seeing as we will be selling this, I will be doing a full video on how I cleaned this and what tools I used and what the process was like. When I picked up this card, I inspected it, made sure there was no scorch marks and made sure there was nothing missing. All buyers should allow you to do this to all the stuff you buy, and if they don't, then that's very sketchy. Next, this is the RAM that we managed to pick up. This was a really good deal, and that RGB is going to look amazing in the final build. Even though RGB doesn't add anything to the build, like performance-wise, it is a lot more sellable and our people love it. So if you could pick anything up RGB, then that is amazing. The condition of these were pristine. I was really happy with these. He said it had been used for light gaming. You can tell nothing on it, no scratches, hardly any dust. They were in really good condition. Next up we have the motherboard. These are really hard to get hold of, especially in box and with all the parts. As you can see, I double checked that all the screws were there. It came in the anti-static wrap. This was in amazing condition. Again, the owner said it had just been pulled out of a working rig, been used for light gaming. I could tell, no scorch marks, everything intact. It was in perfect condition. So after that, our inventory is slowly growing. We currently have a B550 motherboard and two sticks of DDR4 8GB RGB RAM. On the sales side of things, I currently have the 1066GB up for sale. I'm hoping to get about £40 for that. That will mean that I got the RAM and the motherboard both for £30, which will be an insane deal. Therefore, after all this today, we are left with a minus 70 profit. Also, I did want to end this video by showing the sale of that 1066GB. However, after flake, and more flake, there just doesn't seem like it's going to be possible at the end of this video. I just need to move forwards from this. Maybe it's because I've never sold anything on this account before, but I do know this is a common thing on Facebook Marketplace. I would normally now put it up on eBay, however I can't with this because it came with no box and it's going to cost me extra money to buy a box and anti-static wrap to be able to ship it. Therefore I'm just going to wait this out and slowly just sell it in the background. It is annoying when you can't shift something, but I think you just need to know when to move forwards. I'll maybe drop the price down to £40, accept no offers, and just see how that goes. Therefore this wraps up this first episode. We have ended with an inventory of a B550 motherboard and 2 sticks of 8GB RGB RAM. And for sale currently we have the 1060 6GB and we're hoping to sell that for at least £40. It has left us a minus profit of £70. This means that in the next episode I'll probably be looking for a CPU to go with this build. If you guys would check out my other videos, it would be highly appreciated, and we'll be making more PC content like this, as well as guides that show how to clean things up, test graphics cards and other stuff like that. I enjoyed this journey and I hope you can enjoy it with me, as I learn more about PCs and hopefully teach you something too. If you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching through the whole video. If you did like the video, please make sure you like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one.